Welcome back. We are in our last tiny little segment of the night.
Yeah.
Been a big night. We had Joe Schutz on. That was a lot of fun.
With Chris Sylvester.
Joey. We kind of had Chris.
Impromptu calling, asked him some questions about what coach he hates the most.
Entertaining segment, if anything else.
Yeah.
I mean, last week we
kind
of got the real professional side with Mark Willard. You know, we got to see an actual pro doing his work. And then we had Chris Sylvester just being goofy, being himself. And I mean, it's really cool for us. We get to see two personalities with him.
Yeah. He's almost bipolar, that guy. Finding that groove between the professionalism and the fun. That's what we're going for, Ben. Oh, we're on the air. Okay.
I felt like I was getting a lecture from Dad.
No, yeah. Well, maybe he'll give you one after the show.
All right. Let's just talk a little bit of Kevin Durant. And I actually have tried to stay in the dark in this so that I can just respond with my first glance.
Yeah.
So, Alex, go ahead and give us the story.
So, Mr. Kevin Durant, NBA champion for the Golden State Warriors, let's just say it was found out, I believe this is yesterday, that he has his own personal Instagram account, which wasn't super controversial, but someone found it somehow. There's a lot of internet sleuthing going on yesterday between basketball Twitter and whatnot. But also that KD must have multiple accounts that he posts from as kind of a fake account. Kind of like, I don't know if you saw when Skip Bayless, when he first came out with his show on Fox Sports 1, he posted on Facebook, Skip, love you, Skip, love the new show on FS1, but it was
him.
Skip, yeah. So he was trying to post from a different account, and this is kind of what happened for Kevin Durant. So Kevin Durant found himself in a sticky situation because he started replying to people who were asking him questions, and the most, I don't want to know if you say egregious, but the most pointed to one goes like something like this. So at Cole Cashwell, whose name on Twitter is H, he says, "Hey, at KD Trey 5, man, I respect the hell out of you, but give me one legitimate reason for leaving OKC other than getting a championship." So Kevin Durant, and what he thinks is his fake account, responds, and you'll see he thinks it's his fake account because of the way he says this, but it's actually on his real account, at KD Trey 5. So Kevin Durant, thinking he's someone else, anonymous, but actually saying, as Kevin Durant says, he didn't like the organization or playing for Billy Donovan. His roster wasn't that good. It was just him and Russ. And then he responds to that saying, "Imagine taking Russ off that team. See how bad they were. KD can't win a championship with those cats." So this is Kevin Durant throwing his old coach and his old teammates under the bus, thinking he's doing it anonymously. People were kind of speculating whether that was actually Kevin Durant, or maybe like a social media manager who manages multiple things, and he was accidentally still signed on for Kevin Durant. But today, Kevin Durant kind of did a pseudo apology, saying he went too far and that he shouldn't have criticized those guys in such a public setting. What he said, his official quote said, "I don't regret clapping back at anybody or talking to my fans on Twitter. I do regret using my former coach's name in the former organization I played for. That was childish. That was idiotic. All those type of words. I regret doing that, and I apologize to them for doing that." So Ben, now that you've heard this, what is your response? Would you agree with his apology? Do you think he should just leave Twitter alone for a while? I know that kind of his thing right now is to be very engaging with fans, but this feels like it maybe went a little too far.
I used to have no issue. Okay, so Twitter was founded on the fact that it brings everyone together, right?
Yeah.
Twitter was founded on the fact that this could match up Ben Fletcher as a 16-year-old to, I don't know, at that time, my favorite player in anything was
Russell Westbrook.
No, I've always hated Russell Westbrook. But, okay, perfect. I could tweet at Russell Westbrook and tell him I don't like him, and he would, by somehow, his eyes would land on that.
Yeah.
And that's the cool thing about Twitter. The not cool thing about Twitter is Kevin Durant can now respond, because if I were to tweet that at Russell Westbrook, my tweet would never get anything unless Russell Westbrook responded. So now that Kevin Durant has started this whole responding thing, every single thing he says is going to be put under a microscope. And this would have gained zero traction if he didn't put Billy Donovan's name on it. It wouldn't have mattered. I think it's kind of funny that I can picture Kevin Durant in his huge hands holding a tiny phone going, calling himself KD on a not different account. I think these people need to have, these people meaning celebrities, meaning pro basketball players, meaning politicians, need to not be able to touch their own Twitter accounts.
Yeah. First question I have when he started saying about his big hands, do you think if he got like one of those big iPhones or the big Galaxies, would it feel like how a normal phone feels for us?
I love how that's what you go to. I mean, it's kind of like,
things I think
if
about.
you see Shaq with a basketball, is that kind of like me holding a volleyball?
Ooh. Or maybe like a size 4 soccer ball. It's even smaller. So I kind of like it. I kind of like the new Kevin Durant who, to say in a certain parlance, DGAF.
What does that mean?
Don't give a flying. He's kind of, so to make an analogy to someone who is disgraced right now in MMA, but has kind of adopted his true colors in the meantime, is John Jones. John Jones acted like he was this choir boy and, you know, all this goody, and then all this stuff happens to him legally, and he finally just accepts, okay, this is not really who I am. I do cocaine, which, you know, I'm not advertising doing that or anything that Kevin Durant went that far. Yes, I like to party. Yes, I've done blah, 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 blah. He accepted who he really was. And I like the fact that Kevin Durant, for whatever reason, whether it's because he feels more comfortable not in a kind of more conservative location like the middle of the country, or whether it's because he's no longer with the franchise who drafted him, so he feels like he owes them something, or just because he's now surrounded by people who he's more comfortable with, like Steph Curry and Draymond Green, and he's kind of following Draymond's lead. But I like the fact that he feels more open to engage, whether it's, you know, in a hostile way or in a polite way, with fans and talking about, you know, former coaches and players that he played with. I mean, we always criticize, you know, the just boilerplate, like, oh, both teams played hard and, you know, we just got to go out there and give it our best today. And, you know, like, people who are in TV and media and stuff, they hate that because it's what every athlete says. So when an athlete says something like this and they don't just, like, say automatically that they were hacked, which is what most people do in this situation.
J.R. Smith, cough.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm doing this new thing where you cough after so everyone can hear it.
Yeah, well, that's good. I like it. It's a new innovation. I like the fact that he feels open enough and comfortable enough with himself and with his own celebrity and with the fact that he doesn't, you know, who cares if half the country hates you and half the country loves you? It's worked out well for LeBron, you know? So it was kind of a fresh air, and it kind of has been the past couple of years with Kevin Durant, a breath of fresh air to think that he no longer has to feel like he needs to pretend like he's just this goody two-shoes guy. And, you know, that he owned up to the fact that he wrote that, and he's not like, oh, well, someone hacked on my account, I'm changing it, I'm sorry for that, and whatever. The fact that he actually owned up to it is refreshing in its own right. So
yeah, I can dig that.
Yeah.
We are going to wrap it up.
All right, wrap it up.
Next time, so Ben, this was his first time with the Spreaker back platform, back end, if you will. So Ben created a whole new show. So next time, I think we're going to go back to the Clutch regular show and just add an episode. So
we will be doing that because I will not be on the computer again.
Yes.
Yes. I much prefer just talking.
Yes.
Because I know you guys love my voice.
Well, of course.
That's why we're here. We can be found on theclutch1280 at gmail.com for sponsorships and our new Facebook page. Type in The Clutch.
The Clutch.
And tweet at Alex and maybe at me. We'll see if I get a Twitter.
At Alex Klepper. Spreaker.com/theclutchslow.
For now,
SLO.
Skrillex and Chance the Rapper, those are real words, are going to take us out.
Bye,
Thanks, guys.
first sport utility vehicle created by Alfa Romeo.
Don't let me show cruelty, though I may make mistakes. Don't let me show ugliness, though I know I can hate. And don't let me show evil, though it might be all I take. Show me love, show me love, show me love. Yeah, God.